Look at the beautiful moon over the East Bay in San Diego. ABC 10 News at 5 starts right now.
Hundreds of San Diego police officers and firefighters given the COVID-19 vaccine early. Why Sharp Hospital is standing by its decision to break local protocol. The latest stay-at-home order extended indefinitely for Southern California. The grim predictions being made for the coming weeks.
And the first storm of the winter season brings lots of snow and traffic to the mountains. The huge mess it's creating on local roadways.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
Sharp Hospital is being called into question after administering the COVID-19 vaccine to 300 San Diego police officers and fire crews who are not included in the first phase of the vaccine rollout. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Lindsay Pena. Steve Atkinson has the night off. But as ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner explains, Sharp says it has a legitimate reason for going against local protocol.
Sharp Healthcare said it could not have foreseen having this kind of surplus of the vaccine that was set to expire immediately.
Questions Tuesday over whether hundreds of SDPD officers and fire rescue workers should have gotten the COVID-19 vaccine ahead of their scheduled turn. The county confirmed with ABC 10 News that it was made aware Tuesday morning that Sharp Healthcare had 300 vaccines due to expire, so hospital staff directed officers to come in and be vaccinated. The county reported that Sharp did not notify the county in advance, or else the county would have directed Sharp to vaccinate Phase 1A eligible recipients, like healthcare workers and nursing home residents. Police officers and firefighters are considered essential workers, which are part of Phase 1B in the vaccine distribution plan. That phase has not started. Sharp confirmed Tuesday afternoon that on Monday at about 7:30 p.m. it did not contact the county for a directive on what to do with its vaccine surplus because it was after hours. Instead, Sharp said it moved forward and quickly with a plan to vaccinate first responders, the majority being SDPD officers but also some firefighters. Sharp characterized it as a win-win. It was able to use the vaccines before they expired and hundreds of officers were vaccinated. Sharp added that the state allows for hospitals to deliver the vaccine to lower priority groups when doses are about to expire.
Because of this situation, the county is reporting that it has now asked the state to direct hospitals in similar positions to notify and coordinate with the county first before jumping to a different priority tier. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
The city sent us a statement this afternoon saying, knowing time was of the essence to use these valuable resources, the vaccinations were administered to first responders from the city's fire rescue and police departments who work closely with the public every day. There were approximately 120 vaccines administered to EMT paramedics from the fire rescue department and 186 administered to police officers. The city of San Diego recognizes the importance of keeping our public safety personnel healthy and will continue to work collaboratively with all our partners. And here are the latest numbers for San Diego County. More than 2,500 new cases were reported today, bringing our total to over 150,000. And there were 31 new deaths reported, bringing that total to 1,435.
The stay-at-home order for Southern California is being extended. The State Health and Human Services Secretary made that official today. And while 2 Northern California counties have moved out of those restrictions, Dr. Mark Galley says the situation here is more dire.
Hospitals that are running out of staff, having to use rooms that they don't traditionally do, longer than normal, much longer than normal wait times in emergency departments.
Galley says their projections show Southern California's situation is unlikely to improve in the next 4 weeks. However, he says ultimately it's up to each of us.
Much of what we're dealing with is avoidable. Much of what we are seeing can be stopped if we collectively make decisions to stop it.
Galley says the key step is for people to stop gathering with people outside their households. The new strain of the coronavirus that's caused problems in the UK is now here in the U.S. Tests confirmed the new strain in a man in Colorado. He has no travel history, so contact tracing teams are trying to figure out how he got it. Scientists say the new strain appears to be more contagious. However, they believe the COVID vaccine will still work against it. President-elect Biden is blaming the Trump administration for not getting enough people vaccinated quickly enough. In October, the administration says 50 million people could be vaccinated this year. Then they revised that down to 20 million. But so far, only 2.1 million people have received their first shot. Biden says that's not good enough.
The pace of the vaccination program is moving now, if it continues to move as it is now. It's going to take years, not months, to vaccinate the American people.
Biden says he plans to use the Defense Production Act and federal leadership to speed up the process. His goal is to vaccinate 1 million people in his first 100 days in office. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is blocking a quick vote on President Trump's demand for $2,000 COVID relief checks. The House has already approved it. ABC's Andrew Dimbert breaks down where things go from here.
Is there objection to the modification?
Object.
Objection is heard.
The measure to bump stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000 hits a major roadblock today, even after the initiative passed in the House yesterday with 2/3 majority and bipartisan support.
The bill is passed.
Tuesday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked 2 attempts from Democratic senators to bring it to a vote on the floor. However, McConnell added that the Senate will begin a process to bring 3 priorities to the table this week: the possible repeal of liability protections for social media companies, election integrity, and potentially the $2,000 stimulus checks, all Trump demands. But how the Senate will actually proceed is still unclear.
Those are the 3 important subjects the president has linked together.
If all 3 are tied together in one bill, it will likely fail without Democratic support, meaning qualifying Americans would get $600 and no more. Democrat Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer urged McConnell to act.
So Leader McConnell holds the key to unlocking this dilemma.
Struggling Americans, meanwhile, like Beth Sullivan, say the original $600 negotiated by lawmakers isn't enough.
What a way to slap people at Christmas time.
Vice President-elect Kamala Harris agrees, saying this while getting her COVID-19 vaccination.
I actually have a bill for that. Where a while back I recommended that folks receive a $2,000 check. And so I would urge Mitch McConnell to put my bill on the floor for a vote.
Senator McConnell says he's going to bring that military spending bill, the one that President Trump vetoed, to the floor tomorrow for a vote to override the president's veto. But Senator Bernie Sanders says if that measure is not followed up by a vote for increased stimulus checks, then he is going to object to the veto override. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News in Washington.
And you can keep up with any developments surrounding the coronavirus by downloading our free mobile app. Just go to the App Store and search 10 News.
Turning now to our weather, we're drying out from the storm that brought snow and rain to San Diego County. ABC 10 News weathercaster Melissa Masiha in for Angelica Campos with a look at our forecast. Hi, Mel.
Hey there. Yeah, our first winter storm has come and gone. I know a lot of people went out to try to enjoy the snow. This is a live look at Julian. Finally starting to see the crowds thin out a little bit, but check out that long line of cars. Seeing a little bit of snow there on the rooftops. Julian got just trace amounts of snow. Places like Palomar Mountain. Check out how beautiful this is. I love this time of the day because we get the gorgeous colors there in the sky. As of this morning, Palomar Mountain got over 6 inches of snow. Mount Laguna near the same thing. So yes, if you are going to be heading out to the snow, of course, you just want to make sure you are safe. Rain, we got a lot of it here throughout the county by San Diego standards. Check out Fallbrook near 1.5 inches, Santee over 1 inch, and Lemon Grove and over in San Diego Airport near 0.75 inches. And this rain definitely needed because we are far behind where we should be for this time of year. A beautiful shot as we take a live look at Poway, currently 57 degrees. I'll be back with your full weather forecast in a little bit.
The search is still active for the person who shot and killed a man today at a Vista home. Sky 10 was at the scene as homicide investigators combed the home on Massachusetts Avenue. Sheriff's deputies found a man with a gunshot wound around 1 o'clock this morning. He later died at a hospital. The man's identity has not been released. There's no word yet on a possible suspect. Anyone with information is asked to call the sheriff's department. The FBI is asking for your help in identifying the person who robbed a bank in La Mesa. Investigators have released these surveillance photos of the suspect. They say this man entered Bank of the West in the 8600 block of Center Drive just after 1 yesterday afternoon. He slid a teller a note demanding money and claiming he had weapons before fleeing on foot with the cash. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers.
We're getting our first look at the moments just before, during, and after the massive Christmas Day explosion in Nashville. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has the dramatic footage from a police officer's body camera.
Newly released police body camera video giving a chilling perspective of the confusion and chaos surrounding the Christmas Day bombing in Nashville. Officers initially walking towards that RV with the bizarre warning message playing.
That's so weird. That's like something out of a movie.
Moments later, the bomb exploding. You see officers helping people as they run from their homes over broken glass and debris.
Where's your car? Okay, go to your car. Let's go.
The FBI still on the scene today, collecting evidence and trying to piece together why 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner blew himself up inside the RV in front of an AT&T building.
Everyone knows that his father did work for AT&T. Interviews are still being conducted to determine, if that plays in any whatsoever into the motive.
Sources tell ABC News investigators believe Warner was interested in several conspiracy theories and may have been motivated, at least in part, by a paranoia over 5G cellular technology. Intelligence agencies warned earlier this year that threats against 5G communications infrastructure are on the rise. Investigators are also looking into how Warner may have acquired the bomb-making materials to ensure there were no accomplices. They're also retracing his final days. The New York Times reports that Warner told his ex-girlfriend he had cancer and gave her his car. A neighbor tells ABC News just last week Warner said Nashville and the world, quote, is going to never forget me.
The FBI now has 24 victim specialists working to help affected residents and business owners, now finally allowing them back onto their properties to pick up some of their belongings and their pets. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.